what is the difference between ethnicity and race? Because and culture, because we're talking about Latina, but is that really her ethnicity? Is it her race? Is it her culture? I'm asking that because it has evolved. Race has evolved, ethnicity has evolved, culture has evolved. And the more we become more of a blended society, the more those things kind of change. Back in the day, a race was basically just the color of your skin. Black, white, yellow, red, that was it. There was nothing else, and you had to fit in that group. Ethnicity was where you follow your cultural roots, what you actually do. And your ethnicity and your culture can be different because you could have been raised someplace and your background, your ancestry came from someplace different. So that can kind of change, and that's why I'm saying it's kind of evolving. When you get to Latina and Hispanic or Asian, those are categories in which a lot of people fall into. And that one I'd be a little more afraid of, because the assumption you make, oftentimes people will say, you speak Spanish, are you Mexican? That would be, you're making an assumption that only people who speak Spanish are Mexican. That's kind of what that Latina does or that Asian does. It puts you in this category to make it safe. And yet, some people want to be identified as what they truly are, not just in being in a category. So that one I'd be a little more concerned about than the other two, because the other two are more involving. And that's what the open dialogue. Ask, what are you? Where are you from? Most of the time people want to talk about where they're from. They like it. They kind of enjoy the fact that someone took an interest.
So I guess I want to offer that in terms of thinking about, well, how do I use this tool? And because I get the idea about it around having, I think I get the piece to this activity as having us question our assumptions and to be able to start having some conversation with somebody, right?
Right. Well, it can go in many ways. One, you can use it for that. You can use it to go into assumption. You can use it to go into generalizations or stereotypes. Or you can use just to get into dialogue. Mm-hmm. Because I think oftentimes, especially in these type of groups that we have together, I don't want to speak for every Hispanic in the world. Oh. That's not my intent. And neither would you want to speak for every white male in the world. Mm-hmm. You can't. And so this is just getting specific to who are you? Who are you and what are your things? And here's where I may want to know you a little differently or a little better. And the dialogue is what is most important. It opens up the ability to, one, get out of that discomfort of having the dialogue. So it gives you that. And two, discuss some of the why is it uncomfortable. So let's talk about why it is uncomfortable. Because oftentimes in sessions, we can't even get to the point of talking because we haven't talked about why it's not important to talk, or why it is important to talk about it. So it just gives you that open door to say, and this is where you read your group. This is where you say as a facilitator, they're kind of not enjoying this one. They're not digging it. So when you then go to facilitate the rest of your session, you may want to modify some of these things because you know they're not good on it. Or the other way around. You need to dig in because your whole purpose, whoever hired you to come facilitate, is saying, get to the root of my problem. Now you have to figure out, is it a communication problem? Do I do a communication piece? Is it a generational problem? Do I do a generational piece? Is it a values problem? Is it an open-closed community? What is it that's making this dialogue not happen? And that's where you can go take it from there. So it's more of an assessment tool, and it's like an opener to say, where do I go from here with what I have?